What if you could learn any subject, master any skill, way faster than anyone else you know? I know it sounds like a superpower, right? But according to learning expert Justin Sung, it's not magic, it's a system. And in this explainer, we're going to break down 3 really powerful principles that can totally change the way you learn. It all starts with one heck of a claim. So get this. This is the claim at the very heart of this whole thing. Graduating top of the class while studying just a tiny fraction of the time everyone else did. Now, this isn't about finding sketchy shortcuts. It's about finding a smarter, way more effective path to actually knowing stuff. And we're going to walk through exactly how it's done, starting with a principle that kind of turns everything we think we know upside down. All right, principle number 1, the effort-time exchange. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds completely backward, doesn't it? We usually think that making learning easier should make it faster. But the truth is, it's actually the other way around. To save time in the long run, you have to spend more mental effort right now.
And here's where most of us get it wrong. The common approach is to try and make things as easy as possible. We look for an app to summarize a book for us or to make our notes automatically. It makes the task feel faster for sure, but our actual learning gets way slower. It costs us so much more time later. The faster approach shows us the truth. Cranking up your mental effort now, really struggling with the material, makes it stick the first time, and that dramatically cuts down your total study time.
And listen, this isn't just some clever idea. It's backed by actual science. It's called the generation effect. Study after study shows that when your brain has to actively generate answers and connect the dots, instead of just passively reading them, you build way stronger, deeper, and more permanent memories. You're literally forcing your brain to do the heavy lifting that actually creates learning.
So how do you actually use this? You got to ask yourself this one question all the time. Am I reaching the right level of struggle? I mean, if you're just kind of scanning a textbook, your struggle level is basically 0. But if you're stopping and asking, okay, how do these ideas connect? What's the real point here? Then your brain kicks into high gear. You're firing up that generation effect, and you're using effort to buy back your future time.
And this whole idea of active struggle leads us right into our second principle. And this one's a big one. It challenges one of the most common beliefs in all of education, the idea of learning styles. What the research says about them might honestly be the most surprising part of this whole system. You've definitely seen this before, right? The VARK framework. The whole idea that you're a visual learner or an auditory learner, and that you should just stick to your preferred style to learn best. It is everywhere. And, well, unfortunately, it's a complete myth. Yep. Decades of research have shown there is basically no good evidence that teaching to a person's supposed learning style actually improves how well they learn. Believing you can only learn one way is like choosing to play a sport with one hand tied behind your back. I mean, in the real world, information is going to come at you in every format, and you need to be able to handle all of them. So if what's my style is the wrong question, what's the right one? It's this. How can I organize this? This single question is the master key. It doesn't matter if the information is a video, a lecture, or a book. Your job as a learner is to actively structure it in your own mind.
Think about it like this. You can walk into a messy room and understand that it's messy. You get it. You might even remember where a few things are. But that doesn't mean the room is organized, right? Well, learning is exactly the same. Just getting it on the surface isn't enough. You have to mentally organize it, connect all the pieces, and build a framework. That's what creates deep knowledge that you can recall easily.
Which brings us to our third and final principle, the iteration effect. This is maybe the most practical one of them all. A simple system you can start using today to put everything into practice and see results, like right away.
Does this timeline look a little too familiar? This is how most of us do it. We study, and we study, and we study some more, and then cue the panic. And finally, we take the test at the very end. The problem is, you only find out what you don't know when the stakes are super high, and you have 0 time left to fix it. It's just a huge, totally unnecessary waste of time and energy.
The better way is to just completely flip that model on its head. So instead of one massive, high-stakes test at the end, you create this rapid cycle of small, low-stakes tests. You make a guess about how things work, you test it early to see if you're right,
You find the gaps in your understanding, and then you adjust and repeat. This is iteration. The goal isn't to be perfect the first time. The goal is to find out where you're wrong early and often. This all comes down to one single core idea: test to the max. Stop thinking of tests as some final judgment on your intelligence. Start thinking of testing as your most powerful learning tool. Test yourself after reading a chapter. Test yourself at the end of the week. Because the whole point of a test isn't to feel good. It's to find your mistakes so you can actually fix them.
So we've just covered 3 really powerful ideas: the effort-time exchange, the omni-learner principle, and the iteration effect. Now, these aren't just a random collection of tips. When you put them all together, they form a complete, super high-efficiency learning system. So here it is, your new toolkit, all in one place. First, always make sure you're hitting that right level of struggle. Second, constantly be asking yourself, how can I organize this information? And third, test yourself early and test yourself often to find and fix your blind spots. That, right there, is the core of learning faster than everyone else.
Ultimately, your ability to learn isn't some fixed thing you're born with. It's a system of habits you've built up over time. And you know what? Any habit can be changed. So the final question is really for you. Looking at these 3 core actions, which one are you going to focus on changing first?